All right, folks, I am very honored today on Do You Know Jack radio show to have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the one and only Gene Simmons. Gene, how are you doing, man?
I'm deliriously happy. Another day above ground, that's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think maybe the appropriate term might also be deliriously busy, considering the fact that you've announced your career-spanning box set, The Vault. Congratulations, man! That sounds like an awesome accomplishment.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And for those of you out there that don't know much detail about it, imagine the largest box set that has ever existed, literally almost 3 feet high, weighing 40 pounds, made with metal wheels, literally high-end, real metal hardware around it, and consisting of 50 years of unreleased tracks, 150 songs spanning 50 years from 1966 to 2016. And it has songs co-written with Bob Dylan, which are on the thing, including Bob and I sitting around doing all the stuff, and Van Halen brothers on 3 songs, and all the Kiss guys, and just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
150 never before released songs. But here's the deal. You go to genesimmonsvault.com, and it tells you how to order and all that stuff. Only a few thousand will be made.
Wow.
Limited number. They will not be in stores. They will not be discounted. They will not be online. It's just the vault as it is. genesimmonsvault.com. And here's the punch in the groin. Anybody who buys the vault, I will, at my expense, I'll buy the plane ticket and all that stuff, and I'll go to where you and your friends who bought the vault are, and we'll pick a convenient time, and together we'll celebrate. We'll play the tunes, I'll pet your dog, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So in short, so you get it, you buy the vault, I fly out to personally hand it to you.
I guess as a fan myself, I mean, I'm curious to know, because I know one of the things that I think you said throughout this whole journey is that, these are some of the tracks that maybe wouldn't necessarily turn up on a Kiss album, So I guess my question is,
The answer, before the question, the answer is yes and no. There are a few CDs out of the 10 CD collection that are the demos that became the songs that were recorded by Kiss. Christine 16 is a trio made up of myself, Edward, and Alex Van Halen. There are two other songs that became Kiss songs, so early versions of Calling Dr. Love, which was called Bad Bad Lovin' at the time. Just an awful lot of stuff. So some of the stuff became Kiss songs in the original versions, and most of the material, was never heard, never seen like that.
Well, now, I guess, just to follow that up, who is Gene Simmons, the solo artist, musically compared to, Gene Simmons, the demon, musically? You know what I mean? I guess that's one question that I've always wanted to ask you.
Well, if you're a sea captain and you're wandering through the cold north and you see the tip of the iceberg, all you see is that there's an iceberg in front of you. You have no idea that 90% of the iceberg is under the water. So that stuff is never seen. So everything you guys have seen, whatever you know about this stuff, is really the tip of the iceberg. There's lots of other stuff, other rock things, even some ballads, string quartet kind of stuff that I've written and recorded over the years that have just never seen the light of day until now. But I'm going to personally hand deliver the box set, and they're not cheap. They cost a lot of money to make. They each go for $2,000. It's like 2 iPhones. And there are other experiences and so on. But
That's right.
if you want them, I will fly to your area and I'll personally hand deliver it to you.
That's amazing. You would fly up to Tuktoyaktuk if somebody, fronted the, initial costs. Is that what you're saying?
There's no initial cost. There's one price does all. Rolls Royce is never on sale.
Yeah.
It's one price. That's it. Take it or leave it. Somebody wants it, they buy it. You don't want it, don't worry. There's lots of Volkswagens you can buy. But a Rolls Royce is never on sale. And having said that, what it really means, pragmatically speaking, is if there's one guy at the North Pole that buys the vault, I'm not going to get on an igloo hopping plane or something just to go up to the North Pole.
Yeah.
However, if you're in Moncton and there are enough of you out there, and I don't mean one, it doesn't even have to be 100. I will get on a putt-putt prop and get up there, and we can have a grand old time. Yeah, even in Moncton.
That's awesome. And I know, like, again, like, just throughout this whole press junket that you got going, I mean, the Van Halen brothers and Bob Dylan are consistently coming up. And then of course you talk about work that you've done with other Kiss members. So I guess, again, just sort of as that fan of all things Gene, I mean, should we expect a lot of other earth-shattering surprises in terms of co-writes? Because
Yeah.
for most people that know you and understand you, like Bob Dylan, that's pretty incredible in and of itself. But I mean, is there more?
Yes, there is. Joe Perry's on a track. There are other people, but it's not the end of it. We also have a massive book.
Mm-hmm.
The CDs come in. It could be, I don't know, anywhere, maybe an 8-pound book that's big, that has 50,000 words, tells the story of where the songs were written, blah, 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 who wrote them, who was there, and also hundreds of photos from my collection that spans 50 years. There's a gold medallion that says, if it's too loud, you're too old, in Latin. There's a Gene Simmons action figure. I mean, there's an awful lot of stuff. And then there are secret compartments in the vault.
Wow.
Where I personally stick in items that other vaults may not have. A pair of sunglasses or backstage passes, real cool stuff. So the fans know it's not mass produced. There are only a few thousand that are going to be made around the world, and that's it.
Yeah. Now you're also sort of in the midst of a series of solo shows too, and I believe it's your first series of solo shows that you've done in quite some time. Am I right?
I've never done solo shows, literally. This year started off with Gene Simmons band. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now does your routine differ all that dramatically? In terms of your preparation for the solo shows compared to Kiss shows?
We don't rehearse. We don't plan it. We pick obscure songs, some of the better-known songs, too, but mostly it's stuff that Kiss will never play or has never played. And sometimes we'll do Boom, Boom, Boom by John Lee Hooker, or even recently I've been going, You're Gonna Lose That Girl by the Beatles. No rules. It's just real loose in a party. And I get people to jump up on stage and sing with me and all that. We may even do a song or two off of the vault in the Gene Simmons band. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of dates, I see that you're going to be in Edmonton for the Edmonton Comic Expo on September 23rd. And given the fact that Kiss has a pretty unique and interesting history with Edmonton, I'm sure the people of Edmonton will be glad to see you in the solo band next week.
I appreciate it.
Now, the other thing that's sort of, swirling around in your life is you've also got a book. It's called On Power, My Journey Through the Corridors of Power and How You Can Get More Power. And this is releasing November 14th. So, not too much longer now. So, I mean, just having, had a chance to glance through the pages and whatnot, this is a really interesting snapshot sort of how you've sort of operated in your own professional business life over the years. And I think it's, almost rigged up like a self-help book. Like, I did this, that you can do it like this too. Am I right?
But you can do it. You can always do much better, and you can always make more money.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting in one place and being in love with Mother Nature is not going to put more money in your pocket necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to have the right thing at the right place and the right time. And that means if nothing's happening in your small town, even though nature is beautiful, you're going to have to get up off your lazy butt and move someplace where there's action.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, also having checked out your previous book, Me Inc., I mean, there's this amazing story even of how, you and your mother immigrated from Israel to the United States, and you basically are entirely self-made. You've built yourself up from nothing, and, myself being a son of an immigrant as well, I mean, I can definitely appreciate the whole, American dream aspect of the story you tell.
But it's the Canadian dream too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, you've come from someplace else, and you built yourself up. You weren't born doing what you are doing. Okay, that's not going to be the end of the story. You worked for it.
Mm-hmm.
You figured out how to get the job, and you're getting paid for doing something hopefully you like, and it can be for anybody. Nobody is born Pope. Nobody is born Pope. Nobody is born, Prime Minister.
Right on, man. Well, listen, Gene, I always appreciate your time just spent here on Do You Know Jack radio show. And, of course, as I say to all my guests, you're welcome to come back anytime. I really appreciate it, man. I'm honored and just to be able to speak to you for the short period of time we had today.
Okay, boss. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.